I'm delighted to have with me Helen Emore, who is the West African representative for the African Brands Award with me today. And I'm hoping that Helen is going to tell me about some of the wonderful things that she's doing in West Africa. She's from Nigeria. And I'd like to know a little bit about the marketplace and about yourself. Let's begin with you. Helen, you're the African representative, the West African representative for the Brands Award. So tell us what that means to you and a little bit about your company.
Yeah, okay. What it means to us at Avantage is that it gives us an opportunity to talk about the advantage of Africa. Everywhere in the world, Africa is seen as the poor cousin, the cousin you hide in the room that you don't want anyone to see. But we're proud to be associated with the African Brand Award because the West and the rest of the world really need to understand what Africa stands for. Africa is a very strong brand, and we have a home of several other strong brands across different sectors: oil and gas, real estate, manufacturing, food, you name it, even financial services. So we're very happy to be part of this. We're really delighted, and we see it as an opportunity to sell Africa to the world, especially Nigeria and the rest of West Africa.
So what is your background?
I am a strategy and marketing consultant, and I look at providing businesses and opportunities for them. I focus on business development. I believe that there are opportunities in Nigeria that are yet unlocked because the world has not seen the true side of Nigeria. They only tend to dwell on the negative. But Nigeria is home to over 160 million people. Of that 160 million people, you have at least 30 million who can buy anything at any time. That means it's a big market. And then you have a very growing middle class, such that in another 10 years or so, the middle class in Nigeria will be over 50 million. So you're talking about 80 million. That's more than the size of the UK put together. Quality consumers, quality customers. So I believe that it's time for Africa and Nigeria to stand tall, and it's time for the rest of the world to look in our direction if they really want to make progress. And that's what the Brand Award is about. It's about celebrating Africa. It's about letting the world know that great things are coming out of Africa. It's time for us to stop being apologetic about being Africans. It's time for us to celebrate all the good things happening in Africa.
And our viewers will know some of the typical brands like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Apple. These are common brands. So give me an inkling of what the kinds of brands or some of the names that are on the horizon that may become global brands through the Brands Award.
Well, the brands that we're targeting include, but not limited to, Dangote Group, Seplat Petroleum, there's Wando, they're into oil and gas, right? We have also in the pipeline Warri Industrial Business Park. That's a real estate company. There's UAC, UPDC. UPDC is a real estate company. They are all Nigerian companies. There's Codvale. Codvale is a Nigerian company. It's also an African company. It has operations in other countries in Africa. So these are all brands that are out of Africa, out of Nigeria, and have an international outlook. They have the potential to compete with the best brands in the world.
I'm interested in the international outlook. Are these brands really ready to project themselves onto the international stage?
Yes, they are. I mean, the world has become a very small village now, because with the internet, you can see what's happening in any part of the world. So gone are the days when people used to tell us that it was all rosy in one part of the world and Africa was a dark continent. Africa is no longer the dark continent. Everybody can see what's happening in Africa. And those of us from Africa can also see what's happening in other parts of the world. So we understand that some of the things that we're facing now in Africa are challenges. And guess what? Those challenges present a good opportunity for business for those who are from the Western world. They solved similar problems in the past. So why don't they come to Africa and solve the problem with us?
And I know that you're particularly well placed because you have a marketing background, you have a strategy background. You could support companies from those backgrounds onto the international stage. So tell me, I'm quite interested in Avantage. Tell me a little bit about the work that you do there.
Avantage is a marketing and business development company. Our goal at Avantage is to promote businesses in infrastructure, in entertainment and sports. These three key industries, they provide the key to the prosperity of Nigeria and Africa. Look, there are not enough infrastructure. We have not built our railroads. Our waterways aren't fully functional. We haven't built up to 50% of our roads. What does that mean? Opportunity. There's going to be a need to invest at least $90 billion annually in infrastructure in Nigeria over the next 10 years if we are to close our infrastructure gap. That's a business opportunity. So you see opportunities for public-private partnerships. You see opportunities for construction. You see opportunities for even consultancies, for branding, for project management, for entertainment, because people are going to get married. They're going to have fun after work. You know, men will get married. Women will get married. They will have babies. So along the entire value chain, there are business opportunities in Africa. There are brands that have come into Nigeria in the past 10 years, and they've made far more than they've made in any other part of the world in terms of profit taking. And now people are coming in. So we want people to see more of the opportunities in Africa. All of the things that are supposed to be challenges are actually opportunities for people to make money. I mean, like we're here recording now, we just talked about some things. It's an opportunity for people to bring knowledge and transfer knowledge. So we are very, very excited. We're delighted. It appears like an uphill task, but I love selling Africa. I love selling Nigeria. I love selling Delta State in particular. And I believe very strongly that Africa is the future of the world.
And the Brands Award is very much about identifying the potential in Africa that could be put on the world stage. But I guess it must go the other way. I mean, you've described quite a vibrant business opportunity, very fertile ground for businesses. So if there's a big brand here in the UK or across Europe or maybe in the United States that wants to get involved in the African Brands Award, would that be something that you encourage?
Yes, we would encourage it, because as soon as the global brands or the international brands begin to see what the African brands are doing in Africa, and they educate them about what's happening in Africa and how the opportunities are, what the dynamics of Africa are, they would begin to appreciate the fact that they need to come to Africa. Africa will no longer be the poor cousin. Africa would actually be the bride that everyone should be courting. And there's no better time than now. As Africans, we have undersold ourselves. We haven't sold our advantage enough. There's nobody celebrating Africa, so we have to celebrate. And I believe that the African Brands Award will be the beginning of greater things to come. It's going to be the beginning of total rebranding of Africa. It's a strong award. This award is not apologetics. TABA is not saying, oh, we are Africa. So no. We are saying out of Africa are emerging new gemstones. Out of Africa are emerging new market leaders. And whether the world likes it or not, Africa is going to emerge as a very strong economy. They say it's the last frontier. I don't know what that means, but I see Africa as the place to be now. There's no better time than now, because if you come to Africa in 20 years' time, it might be too late. If we don't push ourselves now, it just might be too late. I mean, we would have missed an opportunity to celebrate the good things that we are doing and also to create new opportunities.
Well, the time is definitely now. The time is going to be October when the event happens. But I'm quite interested in your take on African nations also benefiting from that. So will you be looking to encourage nation branding?
In fact, I'm encouraging people branding. I'm encouraging personality branding. I'm encouraging destination branding. I'm encouraging government branding, both at the national and subnational level, because we need people to understand what Africa is about. I mean, a nation like Nigeria should actually come in as an African brand. We just won the African Cup of Nations. No one gave us a chance, but see what happened. That's what Africa is about. Africa is a strong brand. It's a world-class brand. And we won the cup with a Nigerian coach. What does that say? Our coach is as good as any coach in the world. That's what Africa is. That's sports. That's football. Take all the other sports that we have in Africa. We haven't developed cycling optimally, nor swimming. None of the water sports have optimal. And Africa is bordered all around by water, both internally and externally. So what are we talking about? We want to push the brand Africa. We want to push countries. We want people to say, I'm a Nigerian and I'm so proud to be a Nigerian. We want people to say, I'm a Ghanaian and I'm proud to be a Ghanaian. No apologies for being a Ghanaian. No apologies for being a Sierra Leonean or for being a South African or for being a Tunisian or an Egyptian. We must begin to be proud of our nationalities, of our origin as Africans, as Nigerians. I'm such a proud Nigerian. I mean, I think Nigeria is the best country in the world. We have everything. We have people. We have grass. We have water. We have animals. Nigeria has everything.
You are a one-woman representative for the tourist board for Nigeria.
Yes.
So the other countries in West Africa, I hope you'll be giving them equal support, equal encouragement to get involved in the African Brands Award.
In fact, it's very important for the other countries in West Africa to also come out strong, because what rubs off on Nigeria rubs off on them. What rubs off on Ghana, Ghana, Togo, Cote d'Ivoire, Cotonou, it rubs off on us negatively. If it's positive, it's positive. If it's negative, it cuts across, because we are all one. We are all of African origin. We are all blacks. And when people see you, we need to begin to change the mindset of people that a black person is a poor person. So you see an African and say, oh, he's a Ghanaian. Oh, great, Ghanaians are. And then you say, I'm from Nigeria. Oh, is Nigeria part of Ghana? Are you? So we all have to grow together as countries out of Africa. So, and I mean, I can't run away from saying Nigeria is the big brother. So we'll take along all the other nations.
Well, we congratulate the big brother on winning the African Nation Cup.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're very proud. The whole nation is very proud.
Yes.
It was a very exciting moment for your country.
Yes,
and I'm glad that you'll be spreading the joy right across the region and contacting. What are the kinds of activities that you'll be engaging in those countries in terms of promoting the Brands Award?
Well, for us, the Brands Award is not a one-off event. Our approach to it is we shouldn't look at it as just a one-day event. It's actually an opportunity to draw more positive momentum for Africa and then to change the story about Africa. So one, we're going to be engaging in a lot of pre-event activities. We'll use the press, we'll use celebrities, we'll work with celebrities, we'll do a lot of interviews, we'll do a lot of appearances. Those are the kind of things that we want. We want deep engagements. It's not just adverts or short publications. We want deep engagements. We want opportunities to talk to people, to tell them about why we must promote Africa. For us, it's actually about selling the brand Africa as against just TABA. TABA is like the climax to reward ourselves. But I believe that what we're doing with TABA is going to escalate even beyond what the original brains behind TABA wanted to happen. So we are going to do a lot of engagements. That's the only way we believe this will work. And it's going to be deep engagements, one-on-one, having mini forums, interviews in the media, and we'll try and engage the international media as well.
And I believe that your company is acting as the base for TABA in West Africa.
Yes,
so your office is the place where it will be happening, and if people want to contact you, there is the website address where they can contact you and reach you.
Yes.
And we're hoping that many people do contact you. When they do contact you, what would be your first advice to them?
Our first advice to them would be not to miss the opportunity to be African ambassadors, because that's what this is all about. TABA is our opportunity to celebrate ourselves and also to be ambassadors for Africa.
Magnificent. Well, I'm sure that there's going to be a great response. Good luck to you and all the things that you're intending to do in West Africa. You're going to be very busy. And it's great to know that TABA has on the ground in West Africa an office and someone like you, a wonderful champion for the Brands Award, but over and above that, a great champion for Africa. Thank you again. And again, congratulations to the Nigerian team out there who did that spectacular win of the African Nation Cups. Helen, great to meet you. Thank you. Everybody, you've heard it here. Please do, if you're in those regions or want to operate in those regions, make contact with Helen as soon as you can.
Thank you.